He said, kill or be killed. And here's a message to you all to not do that to us because it creates more problems.
What's up, everybody? Thank you again for tuning in with the Out This Couch. So basically what we have going on is something new that we're doing, and it's like a social experiment / panel that we have going on for the movie Queen and Slim, and we probably gonna continue on doing this. So basically the format of our experiment and of this video is pretty much we ask the guests questions from the movie, and they have the count of 3 to raise up the signs, and each one of these signs have yes, no, and I don't know, and they have to give an explanation to why they chose that sign. And that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and stay tuned for the rest.
Okay, first question. Did you enjoy the movie? 3, 2, 1.
I enjoyed the movie. I actually heard that it was not going to be that good, so I had low expectations. 2 women saw it before me and complained all on Facebook, and they were friends of mine, and so when I saw it, I didn't think that much of it, but when I was in the theater, I was waiting to be disappointed, and I loved it. I thought it was a great movie. I enjoyed it.
I did enjoy the movie. I tend to
Just like seeing Black people on screen, and especially in a drama. It wasn't slapstick, it was a nice story. So I enjoy always like just seeing Black people in a good story, and it was a love story that added a bonus to it.
I enjoyed the movie as well because I like that they put 2 people together that really didn't know much of each other, and they stood by each other through the whole time. So that's pretty.
Did the movie live up to your expectations? 3, 2, 1.
I say no because, like I said, I had low expectations. It actually exceeded my expectations. I didn't expect much at all, and I was pleasantly surprised.
I didn't really have expectations going in.
Did it live up to my expectations? That's why I don't know. I didn't really have any expectations. I thought it was a good film. Of course, afterwards, you think about different scenes and things, and it's like when you put on different hats, some people may have lower expectations depending on, if you're a cinematographer or if you're a writer or, depending on what you are. But overall, I didn't have any, so it met my expectations.
I didn't know what to expect, but I kind of figured the ending was going to end the way it did because Black people, when do they ever get a happy ending? So, yeah.
Question 3. Did you agree with the ending? 3, 2, 1.
Yes, because I just expected that to happen. We're the minority. I mean, anything else is Marvel superhero stuff. We live in a fantasy land, so most definitely I agreed with it. I expected it. I liked how they got to it.
I did not agree with the ending.
Of course, I wanted to see a happy ending. I was cheering for them the whole time, and that's what you want. You want a happy ending. I wanted them to get away. I wanted them to escape everything that they had survived or come close to not surviving within the past 6 days in the movie. So I wanted that happy ending.
Do you believe the main characters were justified in shooting the cop and running away? 3, 2, 1.
Absolutely. I would have done the same thing, and I put myself in that position, like I felt like I was in that position. I was thinking, I couldn't think of anything better for that situation. I'm trying to think, and I'm critical of us sometimes, like, well, we could have done this. No. That is exactly how I think I would have handled it. I think that it would have went down that same way if I'm in that situation today. I feel like it might go down that same way. Not that I would want it to, but I couldn't see. It's either him or me. That's the way I've seen it.
Killed or be killed. That's it.
That question for me is kind of like,
Because I understand why they did what they did. I really do. In this climate, in this day and age, you cannot feel safe in the situation that they were in, and I understand why they made that decision. Of course, I wish it could have gone a different way, but then we wouldn't have the movie we had. So I think that he was justified. I think they were justified. I think part of me, a little bit of me was cheering or was trying to tell her in my mind from my seat, like, just don't say anything. Like, just don't say anything. Just don't say anything. And then, you know, because it won't escalate if you don't say anything. But at the same time, there was a situation going on that she felt very vocal about because of her position as a defense attorney. She felt like she needed to assert herself. So that's why it's like all of these for me. But I think instinctually, we all probably would have done that just to be in survival, you know, coming out of survival mode. So.
Do you believe this movie would have a positive impact on the Black community? 3, 2, 1.
Honestly, I'm indecisive because a part of me says yes and a part of me says no, because you know, most Black people try to, what they call it, comply with the police. But it's like, even if you comply, that doesn't necessarily mean that anything good will come out. But if you stand up for yourself, that doesn't mean anything will come out either. So it's like, do what's best for you, you know?
Question, trying to remember, was something like, do we think it will affect the Black community positively? We can't even agree if the movie is good or bad. So if we can't even be and have one consensus on if we like the movie or not, then most definitely to say that it's going to affect us positively or negatively is so subjective. It's crazy. It depends. It could affect some. I don't think it affected me positively or negatively, other than I enjoyed myself. It was a night out. I enjoyed it. That is stuff that I believe that is real. There was a little bit of satisfaction in getting the cops, but then there was the dissatisfaction in I knew that they were going to meet a bad end because of this. And so regardless, it just mixed emotions. It played with my emotions. That was the best that I felt that it could do. I don't know that it's going to affect I don't even know if the movie was meant to affect any kind of change other than entertainment, honestly.
As far as a positive impact on the Black community, I think it's more of a reflection of what we already deal with. And it's just a mirror to what we go through, which is, it's a negative mirror to hold up. But, and then I guess in answering that question too, it's like, who was the movie for? Like, we know that happens to us. So is that a message to non-Blacks to say, look, we get put in these predicaments, these situations that force us to do things that we normally wouldn't do, and, you know, like you said, kill or be killed. And here's a message to you all to not do that to us, because it creates more problems. So I think it's helpful for intended maybe for people outside of the Black community, but for us, it's like business as usual, like we already know.
Do you believe that certain stereotypes are necessary to tell a story? 3, 2, 1.
I think it can help because people have shortcuts in their mind about what type of people fit into certain casts or molds. I think it can help the storyline. I don't think it's a requirement. One thing I did like was that both of the leads were dark-skinned Blacks. To me, that seemed to help the cause. We were cheering for 2 dark-skinned leads on film, which I don't see that happening a lot.
It's true.
So I guess that kind of helped me. The story would not have been the same if they were 2 light-skinned Blacks trying to get away.
Yes, because you said sometimes. Even on doing my own little stuff on my YouTube, sometimes I use the stereotypes because I realize people will pay more attention to something they used to. And also, I'll break stereotypes on purpose. Whereas I might be talking about religion and God, but then I'll cuss or say the N-word at something on purpose because I'm trying to break it. So I think it depends on the situation. Sometimes, yes. All the time, I think that would be a problem. Then it would be a misleading of the public and an opinionated kind of statement. But I think if it's for a purpose to get a point across, sometimes it can be helpful.
Last question. Do you think that Black movies have changed for the better over the years? 3, 2, 1.
I mean, if you're going to compare this to Superfly, I mean, or Badass Love Song, I mean, Sweet Back, but I mean, it depends. I mean, yes, we've gotten better in so many ways. Just the quality of the film, how it looks, the writing, the directing, the everything. I mean, yes, obviously. I mean, kids in middle school, and high school, and college are killing some of the stuff we had back in the day. But I mean, that's just natural progression. I mean, you should get better. And if we're worse than we were, geez, we need help. I mean, it would seem obvious. I would think so.
I think Black films have gotten better over the years because we have more Black people at the helm, more Black directors, more people at the top that are Black who are pushing the stories, more showrunners, Black showrunners. And so I feel like it's gotten better for that reason. Other than that, if it were not for that, I still think that there's a Hollywood formula for Black movies that's either the Help or the Black facilitation of white development, where we bring the white character into some realization about themselves that, but we're also still a subservient role to them. So I think with the addition of Black people in charge, I won't say in charge, but in certain positions in Hollywood, then we have gotten the green light to make better films that reflect more of our narrative.
My answer was kind of similar to hers about as far as most Black movies do have typical characters where they're on the help or, whatever. So that's it.
You guys for participating. That's
So
it.
much.
Yeah.
We didn't want to make it that long, right?
Yeah.
Good, right?